You know, Brian, I got to tell you the great thing about the virtual dog is the only farts I smell are mine.
Creepy weirdo.
I would like a strong, powerful woman to protect me.
He'll fight for America.
Yep. Poopy square.
The Playable Characters Podcast. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Playable Characters Podcast. This is level 170 of this amazing podcast that I am now doing solo. If you guys missed last week's episode, go back, pause this one. Don't pause it. Just stop it. Go to a different one. Listen to last week's, and you'll realize that Calvin fucking left us. No, it's fine. We mutually agreed that he sucked at doing this. So I'm kidding. He's the best. We all still love Calvin. But I'm here, and 3 of you have told me I was your favorite co-host anyway. So that is great to live on. That keeps me going. This is for you 3. Yeah, what's going on? It's July. It's freaking hot. Hey, real quick, people. By the time this airs, I will be done with The Last of Us 2. I didn't finish it yet. I'm almost done. I love it. I don't know if it's as good as number 1. Let me know your thoughts. I'm just curious what people think about it there. It's obviously one of the best games ever made, but I'm almost done with it. It's really good. Other than that, let's dive in for today's guest because I'm so excited to have this person here with us. So today we have, there's a game. If you're not 5 years old, you may not know about it. But there's a game for the DS and a bunch of other systems Nintendo did called Nintendogs, which granted is a great title if you think about it. You couldn't do Sega Dogs, Genesis Dogs. Nintendogs just works. So we have with us today a Nintendog owner. She has many dogs that she takes care of, and we're going to want to talk to her. How are you, miss?
I'm all right. Thank you for asking.
Oh, I didn't know you had that nice southern twang and charm.
Well, that's what I have. I don't know what I don't know. Your accent's pretty too. I mean.
Oh, thank you. It's Long Island. It's a little weird sometimes.
Is that part of an island chain somewhere?
It's just one Long Island.
Oh, that's I get it. It's in the title.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Sorry.
What's your name, by the way?
So it's Patricia, but you can call me Pat or Patty.
Hey, Patty.
Patty Cakes. Maybe later.
Oh, I got you. Not Patty Cakes until we're more friendly.
Yeah, not right off the bat, but
Perfect.
that's what my daddy always called me.
Oh, that's nice. That's sweet. I hope. I'll call you Pat. So, I heard a rumor. How many Nintendogs do you actually have? Most people have 1 or 2 dogs. Do you have a couple? I heard.
Well, I don't know how often you play the game, but I have actually gotten a dog sitter to be here while I'm with you because I don't want anybody to die. So you were allowed to have 8 dogs per game. So once all 4 games were out and I got 4 DSs, I was able to have 4 times 8, which is like 32. And then I hacked into there's some dogs that were only available in Japan. So I got one of those too.
Oh, which one was that?
It's a Schnauzer, which is weird because that's not Japanese.
That's not very Japanese at all. I don't think. Do you have Oh, sorry, keep going.
Oh no, that's okay.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite dog? Like, which one's your favorite?
Holy Jesus! I
mean,
mean,
32 is a lot.
The thing with dogs is, Brian, is that I don't think you can have a favorite. It's not like a cat. I mean, those are useless. But it's right. I mean, they don't care about you.
Yeah,
so
we had 2 and they both sucked. So.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, when they changed the game and tried to add
Nintendo cats
plus cats, Nintendogs plus cats.
Get out of here.
No.
It's like oil and vinegar. Come
Stupid. On. Never made trading cards. So obviously game barely counted.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I have a favorite. I mean, I do tend to keep, you can only have 3 with you at a time and the rest have got to be at that lovely posh hotel.
Yeah, which isn't bad. It's not bad.
No, it's nice. I mean, you've got to rotate regularly, Brian, or they forget who you are. You can't just leave them.
Just like real children.
Yeah. I mean, can you just drop a kid off at a hotel and leave it is that a thing?
It's called nursery school.
Oh, I never had kids.
I guess you could do that.
So yeah, no, I mean, kids are cute and all, but they're a little harder. I kept poking them in the eye with my stylus.
No.
So I tried to, do the head and
right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you take out one neighbor kid's eye, Brian,
And the whole town goes crazy.
and they're like, "Don't mate with her." So no whelping for me. Yeah. So I do tend to keep the little ones longer out than the big ones. I feel like the Shepherds and the Shetlands, the little Shelties, they do better in the hotel than say your Chihuahuas.
Interesting. I'm a big dog guy myself. My family, we've always had big dogs,
like real ones.
Real
Like
ones.
living?
Sorry, yeah, living ones. Never had a tiny one. I see them all the time. I was living in the city in Queens. Like you see little tiny dogs. Not my thing. Really.
To be fair, they're all almost the same size in the game.
Right.
I mean,
it's
they're not particularly more difficult. I mean, they all stay puppies, which is nice.
Oh yeah, that is nice because what's cuter than a puppy?
Nothing.
Even kittens are cute, but once they get older,
Yeah, I mean, sure, if you say so.
Yes.
Things are different where you live.
Yeah. So you have 32 dogs.
Yeah.
32 is so many.
It's good. It's hard. We take them for a walk. I mean, you really got to structure your day. Your day is not just yours anymore.
Right.
Once you start down this Nintendog's path,
big commitment.
It is I mean, I've heard stories about, people not having taken care of them for like 15 years now. Then they just go back.
To the dog's credit, they're still there. They're still kicking.
That's why they're a man's best friend, Brian.
That's true. I don't know how these dogs last that long without food.
They secret away their bones and stuff. They hide them.
Very, very patient.
Yeah.
Very patient animals, just waiting for someone to come back.
They just want a bath, They just
just
want a little bath, and then they just want to go outside, and maybe you change your interior a little, and you take the dog outside. It's nice.
Yes, sure. Now, what do you teach your dogs? What are some of your favorite tricks that they did?
Oh my gosh! So when you get a game, you read the directions, and it's like sit, stay. That's it. No, I don't think so. So
that's easy.
My dogs know how to do all sorts of stuff. My German Shepherd, Ava Braun, she can break dance.
Hold on, what's her name?
Ava Braun. After that poor woman. She can break dance.
Really?
Yeah, you got to do a couple moves in a row, and then she spins. It's nice. She likes that Din Da Da song that they played in Breaking 2. So I always try and play Din Da Da, Din Do Do while I do the stylus.
I didn't know that one. Okay.
It's nice.
It's
in the scene where they save miracles.
Yeah, I've just never seen Breaking 2. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Patty, I'm sorry. I mean, it's not.
You could call me Patricia.
Breaking 2, you mean Electric Boogaloo, correct?
Yes.
That's always kind of like a joke punchline.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but not if you haven't seen it. You can't do it. Sorry.
I've done it, so I actually feel bad now. Yeah. I've never seen Breaking. Has anybody ever seen Breaking 1?
I have seen the Breaking 1 also.
Okay.
I mean, I've never seen any breakdancers in real life.
Okay,
but...
I've seen those. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And
dogs. You've seen a lot of things.
I have seen breakdancers and dogs. Never breakdancing dogs though, so you got one up on.
No, I mean I'm in my house a lot because that's a lot of dogs to take care of. So
Now, did you say before you also have 4 separate DSs? Is that correct?
Yeah, because you know what you could go for walks, Brian, and then you can see other dogs and stuff, but you have to connect wirelessly through the bark system.
Right.
And it's easier to do if you just have multiple DSs.
So you're walking around town with 4 DSs.
Right. And so then I could be Pat on one, Patricia on the other, Patty on the third, and then Patty Cakes on Dalmatians and Friends.
Okay. So Dalmatians are adorable.
They really are. They're very cute. Mine is named Spotticus Jones, but I just call him Spot.
Spotticus is great. That sounds like a Boston Dalmatian. Spotticus. You see that movie Spartacus?
Spartacus, it's good. Yeah, I do like Spartacus. It's cute. That I want to get it a fire truck, but I can't find one in either the pet store or the secondhand store.
Oh, you got to keep leveling up. Maybe.
I look for presents all the time, and sometimes the secondhand store has weird stuff like that weird alien toy that makes a woo sound.
Do the dogs like that or no?
No, they don't like it at all. But it's very exclusive toy.
That's a little scary. That one, yeah.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't.
No. Now, topical events. About a month ago, we had a lady, I think we called her Central Park Karen, who didn't have her dog on a leash, and some nice gentleman asked her to put the dog on a leash, and she lost her mind and screamed at him. How do you feel about Central Park Karen?
Could he see her?
Yes. It was in person. It was right there.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, I don't ever have to like do my hair or anything because you can't see me in the game, which is nice. I would have had stern words for her. It's not unlike the game. Sometimes when you take the dogs for a walk in the game, you meet a neighbor friend, and then they might have stern words for you.
So you need a leash, though. You're pro leash.
Pro leash.
Even if your dog's trained, you never know what's going to happen to it.
You don't know.
It's a beast. It's a vicious animal. Sometimes, who knows?
What if there's a present off to the left that the dog has to pick up, or a question mark? What if her dog had seen a question mark and just ran?
Yeah.
What a nice gentleman.
Yeah, but it didn't. Yeah, she went crazy.
And her name, you say, was Karen?
Probably.
That's a dumb name.
They're all called.
There's
Karen.
no nicknames with Karen. Do you know what I'm saying? Karen-y, care. Like, what you gonna call?
Cat.
How many? She can only have one DS, is what I'm saying. That's only 8 dogs.
Oh, right. So
So
jokes on her.
She sounds stupid. This was real, you say?
Yeah, it was. Just a few
I
weeks
don't.
ago.
I don't like her.
Yeah, no one really does. She got fired.
Yeah. Did she at least pick up her dog's poo? Because that's
she was
important.
like choking the dog for some reason in the video.
I'm having a very difficult time.
Yeah,
with this.
you can't. I mean, you physically can, obviously, but I mean, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I mean, you can tug the dog if the dog's not walking. I don't even tug them virtually.
Yeah, they just want to sit sometimes.
Sometimes they're tired. Brian,
Yeah,
you've taken a
right.
walk. You get
have.
tired. It's
All
hot.
all the time. I'm tired.
I get tired. I need a snack. I bring snacks on walks for me too, not just the dog.
What do your dogs like to eat? What kind of snacks do they like?
Oh my God. They like the dog treat. They like the dog jerky.
Sure.
Sometimes, you know how sometimes there's garbage on the street. And their favorite garbage they've come across, I think, was pot stickers.
You let them eat garbage?
No, you're not supposed to, Brian.
Oh,
but like I said, I don't like to tug them. And so sometimes they get it before you can stop. And you're like, what the hell did you just eat, Spartacus?
You walking past the TGI Fridays? That's where they have the pot stickers.
There's the whole appetizer platter. There's mac and cheese bites, tiny burritos.
That's nice.
Perhaps an apple core.
Yeah, dogs probably love that.
Dogs do. I mean, they like snacks.
I'm big on giving a real dog like human food. I like when they eat up scraps and off the floor. I know that gives them pretty bad farts a lot of times, but
Brian, I gotta tell you the great thing about the virtual dog is the only farts I smell are mine. Oh, that's so not ladylike. You know who probably farts a lot? That Karen lady you were talking about.
Patty cakes. Come on.
Oh, that's too much.
That's a great point, though. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I can't even be like, dog, because it's just me, you know.
Our cat is 16 and he farts a lot and does not give a shit. He will fart right near us and look at us like, what are you going to do?
I think that's why people don't like cats.
Yeah. I mean, 16 in cat years is what, like 600?
I was going to say, that does sound old.
He's super old. He's right there sleeping.
Wow.
Yeah. But hey, that's my wife chose cats. You know.
I don't have a wife.
That's okay.
Or a cat.
Would you like one?
I'm all right. Thanks.
You're married to your pets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've got a lot on my plate.
Yeah. So you mentioned Ava Braun breakdances.
Yeah, she's great.
What else? Do you have any other pets or?
No. I mean, obviously, the little Chihuahuas from the Chai and Friends game. That was the first game I got, so it's got a special place in my heart. Nice. Rigatoni and Fusilli, they're Italian. And they are Rigatoni and Fusilli. They're so cute, and they are so good at like agility that you can compete, you can win money,
right?
And so they are so good at all the agility tricks. They're not so good at catching the disc because they're little,
right?
But
the disc is bigger than them.
I don't want to. I mean, this might be slightly controversial in the Nintendog's world. And I don't want to cause any issues, but, contest commentator Ted Rumsworth, I really think he enjoys my Chihuahuas the best.
Is he the actual guy who does the dog shows?
He is Ted. He looks a lot like that Bill Gates fellow. He and then he's got a buddy Archie, but I don't like that one as much.
No one likes Archie.
He seems weird.
Yeah.
But Ted, every time you could just tell in the font, as you're reading along, you're like,
Sure.
He likes my chihuahuas the best.
It's nice. Yeah, nice font.
It's nice. He always says nice things about them.
Have you or your pets won some?
Oh yeah, we win all the time. I mean,
nice.
Listen, what I always say and had printed on 3 mugs is, if you put in the work, you're not a jerk.
I like that.
Thank you. I thought about stitching it on a pillow, but the dogs take up a lot of my time.
Right. Yeah, you can no time to learn cross stitch.
Stitching takes time.
Sure
Stitching time might save 9.
Right, but you have 900 dogs, so it's
very busy. I've got a lot on.
That's how the saying goes. Yeah. Can any of your dogs talk to you?
I mean, in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing is with pets is, when you don't have anybody else around, they do talk to, like I talk to them all day. Like, sometimes I'm just like, Gregor, sit down. And he's at the dog hotel. Like, I don't know if he's standing,
okay.
But it's a sheepdog. He probably is. Gregor. Yeah. He's from Scotland.
Right.
So he's my favorite. And then he's a favorite sheepdog anyway. Sure. And then, sometimes I gotta be honest, that I have one of those little Shar-Peis, or not Shar-Pei, sorry, like it's a Shih Tzu, those things. That sounds like you're swearing, which is really funny to me.
Shar-Peis, those wrinkly cute things, right? Shar-Peis,
they never added them to the game.
They should.
My guess is they're not as friendly.
Maybe it's hard to program the wrinkles. Could be.
Maybe.
I don't know. Now, do you have 32 different dogs? Are they?
Well, no,
because you say you have 2 Chihuahuas. You said, I'm sorry.
Right, and there's only 6 breeds per game.
Right.
So then you got to choose like 2 of your favorites to have. So like I have 2 Min Pins, and I have 2 Goldens.
Just give me the short game, the short versions. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Goldens in different colors, like they're slightly different shades. Because I don't really see color, Brian. I like all dogs, but all dogs matter, is what I'm saying. But I did get 2. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
Right, of course, yeah.
Because they do the same pawing motions if they're the same breed.
I always wonder when parents have identical twins. Like, how do you know?
Isn't that why you dress them different?
I guess, yeah. Sometimes they dress them the same, and it's like, you maniacs.
I mean, I saw that documentary about how those 2 girls fooled their mom.
Right?
Remember that one? It starred the Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
She played the twins in the movie. It was good.
Yep.
I have 2 corgis too, because those are cute. Because they got them little butts, look like little heart shapes. It's cute. Then you when you scratch it with your stylus, you're like, don't lose it. Naughty.
You scratch their butt. You scratch their butt.
You guys sometimes they turn their little butt to the screen, and you're like, whoop, gotta scratch it.
I'm the same way.
Who doesn't like a butt scratch, Brian? Come on now.
My wife doesn't reciprocate, but I try.
Maybe you should get her a stylus.
I think I might have to. I don't know if I want that. Maybe.
I'm just saying, as long as she doesn't slip it, it's fine.
I'll try it.
Why not? Seems fun. Yeah. So the Shih Tzu, I named Sardo Noomspa.
What is
because it's Tibetan.
Oh.
And then that way I can say lines from that movie, The Golden Child, to it.
With Eddie Murphy?
Right.
Okay.
So I can say like, I want the knife to the Shih Tzu. And I don't know if you know this, Brian, because you clearly haven't played the game much. You have a cat, but you don't have to say sit, right? Like you could teach the dog to sit, but you could say rutabaga. Like it doesn't matter what you say, right? You record it.
Right.
And so you can be super clever with that, right? Yeah. Like you could do whatever you want. So I say, in order to get Sardo to stand, I say, I want the knife. And then he does his like stand and he dances. It's really cute.
I love that. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's fun. Sometimes I have another one. One of the corgis I mentioned, her name is Mafanwi, which is a fun Welsh name I Googled. And I don't tell her.
What about this?
Listen, I've had these dogs for 15 years, Brian.
That's lovely.
I'm keeping them.
You're a great mom.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. As long as they don't need to I don't have to like smell them and stuff.
Right.
And Mafanaway, she stays when you say the way is shut, which is nice.
The way is shut.
Mm-hmm. That's from that Lord of the Rings.
Which part is that?
Gandalf says it.
He says, okay.
He's a wizard.
So you could be like, hey, Gerald, eat shit. And it would like give you paw.
I mean, it seems weird, but you could.
I think I would probably say eat shit to make them do the command where he turns around and shows me the butt.
Ooh, that's nice.
That'd be funny.
Or takes a treat. It's funny. Maybe like when you're cleaning them, you could say "dirty bitch," and that means take your bath.
Yes. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Who's a dirty bitch?
Who's a dirty bitch? And then they'll like shake, and that's cute.
They're wagging their tail.
They really do. They're happy little creatures. I mean, when they're hungry or they're thirsty, they don't want to compete or earn you any money. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to get a real job like Diane. She runs the pet store in the dogs and cats one.
Sure.
And she's lovely. I mean, we talk about everything from like my parents to, my divorce and stuff. So
do you want to get into that now a little bit?
I mean, it was short-lived.
Which one, your parents or the divorce?
Both, as it turns out. My wedding killed them.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. They really didn't like him at all.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he liked birds,
and
no one could get behind that. And then there was an unfortunate accident when he was trying to catch an injured bird.
Yeah.
On the cliffs.
That seems to be. Let nature run its course at that point.
Right. And in this case, nature's course was my parents falling off the cliff. So It was unfortunate. It was puffins. Puffins are cute and all, but
not worth dying or falling off a cliff.
No, I mean birds in general. Ew. So
birds can outlive us too.
They can.
So that's where I'm like, that's a little weird.
And that's in like real life. They can outlive us. Yeah. I mean, my Nintendogs will live forever, apparently. But like, birds, they squawk and they kick their seeds everywhere. Anyway, couldn't wait to kick him out like a bird kicks out its seeds. You know what I'm saying? I should get that on a mug, Brian.
Do it.
That'd be so good. If I did that. So yeah, it's once my parents were gone, I got rid of him too. I was like, I'm sorry. And maybe some people might say, I'm talking to you, my neighbor Betty, if you're listening. Some people might say that that's why I have so many dogs, because I'm lonely. But Betty's a cunt, Brian. I'm sorry. She's no Diane.
No. Poor Betty. What does she do? Does she nag you a lot about the dogs? Or?
I'm rarely outside, let's be honest, because I've got a lot of work to do. But when I do, like to go get the mail or, because I ordered all the plush toys. Right. And then I sometimes still get the trading cards on eBay just to see if they've made anything new.
Sure.
And I mean, they haven't yet. You can't see because this is just talking. But if you could see, I'm covered in Nintendog's temporary tattoos.
Oh, nice. You put them on every day?
I mean, I got a lot of them, Brian.
Every 3 days, I guess.
Right. It takes a little bit because, if you're not outside as much, you don't have to shower every day. So they last a little longer is what I'm saying. So I got quite a few. I thought about getting a real one, but I'm afraid of needles. And, if they used a stylist, I might be.
Oh, there you go.
I might be like.
Maybe that can be a new business venture for you.
Stylist tattoos.
Stylist tattoos.
I feel like they wouldn't be as permanent.
No, that's how they get you.
But sometimes I go to get my package and Betty's always like, "What are you getting in the mail, Pat?" And I'm like, "Don't call me Pat, bitch."
Yeah,
and then
business, Betty.
But she's just very nosy.
Yeah.
And her husband does bread deliveries, so she's all big on her britches.
Bread? I don't know if that was a snooty position.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's very busy, even in these trying times. The people still need the bread, Brian.
We still need bread. Yeah.
There's always a bread line somewhere,
Yep.
We learned that from history.
Now, did you have your dogs before your husband, or you started getting them after? Because maybe did he not get enough attention from you? I don't know. I'm just wondering.
I'm sorry, Brian. Is that like, what are you wearing? That's not nice.
No. Did I don't know. Did maybe you were too involved? You've said a couple times you can't go outside. You can't have a job because you're always with the dogs. I'm just curious.
I mean, I didn't have all those dogs when we got
Okay.
married. I mean, we got married in 2004, so the
Right.
game was like not done.
Right.
And then, once I saw it one time,
Yeah.
I mean, by then he was knee deep in his fucking birds, Brian. And I mean, he had those before.
It just spoke to you that all these dogs.
And then we went on that one trip to Iceland, and my parents fall off a cliff because he's like, "Go get a picture of the puffin," and I'm like, "Forget it." And out he went.
Yeah. So your parents came with you on your trip?
Yeah,
Okay.
we were all very close then.
Okay. Man, very easy to get rid of them though. Rid of him.
I mean, they really wanted a good picture, Brian. They had their hobby was photography.
Wait, did you get the picture though of them falling?
I do. It's the one thing I have framed in my house that's not of a dog.
With your parents falling off a cliff.
No, it's not my actual parents. It's just like a sort of distance
okay.
picture of the puffin because they got it like as they went down, but they recovered the camera apparently from the bottom.
Nice. Well, I guess
so I was able to develop the film at the. It was a disposable camera. You can get a disposable camera too in the dog shop. So sometimes I get that and take pictures of the dog.
My parents the other day, they told me they found a camera, an old camera, it still had film in it. I don't think they used it. It was like brand new film. They didn't use it. It would have been interesting if they used it though.
Can you even get film developed anymore anywhere?
That's what I told them. I'm like, I don't know.
Like, do they go to one of those kiosks that's like a big giant shed in a parking lot?
Where I grew up,
Still?
we used to have one of those. Yeah. In like a rock bottom parking lot. But
it was a little terrifying, but you brought your film there. It was nice.
Photomart. And when I was a kid, I'm like, why is that spelled wrong? F-O-T-O. I was always like, why is this fucking spelled wrong? It used to make me so mad. I was like 6 or 7.
That's so silly. Yeah. You're like, I learned in school. It's PH.
Yeah. I'm very smart, mama.
Mama, you say. Were you European, Brian? Because that feels like that sounds like something maybe an English person might say.
Yeah.
Mama. It's fun.
I'm loving the names of your dogs. Do you have any more you want to share?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't want
all 32, but it's up to you.
I mean, I could just rattle them all off. I have a toy poodle. I named her Precious.
That's good.
And then I got a pug called Caroline, and a beagle is Hooper. And then my huskies are Inuit and Eskimo.
Oh, nice.
I named one of my mini doxies Frida because that's a German name. And then I have a golden named Pippet. He's black after the dog in Jaws that dies.
Okay.
No one ever cares about Pippet, Brian.
Well,
the guy yells and he yells, and then it's all about that stupid kid.
Yeah. I was yeah.
Anyway, my Schnauzer that I hacked from the Japanese game, even though he himself is a German dog, he is from Japan. So I called him Sushi because that's a Japanese food.
Yeah, not Schnauzers aren't Japanese dogs.
No, they're not. I mean, that's just silly.
It seems very German. I could be wrong, but it seems like a very German name.
Yeah, no, Schnauzer. I've Wikipedia'd it. Schnauzer itself is because I had to figure out how to spell it first. But they're a German creature, but for some reason only available in the Japanese game. So I went with Sushi.
That's good.
And then my Yorkie is just called Gizmo.
Nice. I have a friend who's a dog named Gizmo.
It's a good name for a dog.
Good name for a dog. Yeah.
Gizmo.
Have any of your dogs ever run away? I had a dog run away once. I still think about it.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's sad. Happens.
I read that this does happen to people, Brian, and I know I am in no way throwing any sort of, what is it the kids call it, shade on your dog caring capabilities, but it's probably good you have cats now.
Yeah. To be fair, my brother's friend opened the door and it just ran out. No one was even aware.
Were none of the dog hotel employees on the case that day?
I don't think so, no.
Just ran?
Yeah.
There was no neighbors to catch it, maybe to give your brother some stern advice about
I wish.
making sure a dog was kept at home?
I wish. Poor old Pudgy. That was her name.
Nobody ever ran away. There was that.
You can just close your DS and they can't go anywhere.
People close their DS.
You keep yours charged all 20.
Oh yeah, I mean they're just plugged in at this point because they're 15 years old. Probably.
Yeah.
So they lose their charge in like 13 seconds. So I have to keep all 4 of them plugged in at all times.
Like life support, basically.
Right. I got an extension cord so we can still simulate walks.
Nice.
It's good for my feet. And which is nice. I was very tempted by that rumor that went around, say 2011,
Hmm.
that your dogs could have puppies.
Yeah.
That if you just left two of the dogs of the same breed that had a similar personality and didn't fight together, and you fed them, I believe it was milk and then kibble.
Gets me going.
Right. I mean, also, why are the dogs having milk? It makes no sense.
Right. Dogs
But
don't really-
if you left the milk in the kibble, they would jizz out a baby. And I just never understood how that.
Did you say jizz out a baby?
Well, the milk thing made me chuckle in my head.
Okay. No, it makes
Well,
sense.
you never saw. I mean, you didn't see the dog actually whelp. Also, dogs in real life, I understand, have more than one dog at a time.
Usually
and
they have
so
they have a
They
litter
have
of them.
multiples.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I've ever read of a puppy having a baby. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. That would be like a 4-year-old having a baby.
Yikes.
That's not right, Brian.
It's like one of those Ripley's Believe It or Not. I don't believe it, Ripley.
No, I don't,
Sorry.
Ripley. That's very frowned upon. Ripley's a good name too.
Very good name for a dog.
But none of my dogs. I didn't name any of my dogs. But so I tried. I'm not gonna lie. I'm embarrassed to admit it because I knew it was not true.
Yeah.
I'd done all the research. Puppies can't have puppies.
Right.
Milk doesn't make people pregnant. I drink milk.
Nope.
Don't have any kids in my living room.
What is strawberry milk maybe? Or chocolate milk? Just guessing.
Interesting.
Yeah. You ever tried the banana?
Would you have a baby of color then? Do you
I
think? Brian?
guess. Very
Maybe.
pink or very dark baby.
That little pink baby be cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I tried a couple times and it never happened. I'd leave just the two. I'd put 5 in the hotel,
Yeah.
and then I'd make sure one was sleeping quietly in the corner, not watching like a dirty creeper. And I think Betty might be a dirty creeper, Brian.
She-
And I don't want to keep shaming Betty. That's not nice, but I hate you, Betty. It never worked is my point. I never had no puppy of puppies.
Maybe got to play some Marvin Gaye or something, get him in the mood.
I mean, I loved all the songs from Nintendogs. I mean, I've got the cassette tapes that just play all the music
Yeah.
too from my boombox. But that's good. The song they played at bath time, that was my favorite. It was do 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 do, and it was nice. But
maybe that's Betty's problem. Are you playing your boombox too late at night?
perhaps
I don't know.
perhaps she's not as interested in bath time by Nintendo.
That type chip tunes on your DS. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, that feels like a personal problem, frankly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, maybe that was the whole issue is that I should have sang. You had that white record that you could record stuff for other people,
Sure.
and maybe I should have recorded a little like, let's get it on. I
Next
mean,
time. Maybe try.
are you pregnant right now? I probably should stop.
Your dogs are all maybe they're past their child birthing years. I'm guessing puppy birthing years.
I mean, that feels personal, Brian, because I'm a lady of a certain age, but
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I just feel like they're all puppies. They haven't even hit their birthing years. That's what the problem is,
Okay,
right?
I got it. Yes, that's
I
probably.
mean, real dogs get their period too, Brian. I know boys
Jeez.
don't like to talk
Is
about
that
it. But
true?
yes, I've Googled that as well.
Okay.
But also there was this story of my Aunt Alice, and she had a Burmese mountain dog in real life. And when I was little and we'd go there for Thanksgiving and stuff, one time that dog was just dripping blood right out of its little cooter as it was walking around. And then it laid under the table when we tried to have Thanksgiving dinner. And first a poof of hair came up and around, making my grandpa very angry. And then, but second, my brother and I were just like, is nobody going to do anything about the dog? It's injured.
Yeah. Wow. My parents' last dog was part Bernese mountain dog.
Those are large creatures.
Big
Brian.
fella, Seamus.
Excuse me, I'm going to write that down because
one.
I mean, I don't anticipate any of my dogs dying, but if one does, Seamus is a nice name.
Yeah. And
Is that a Burmese name, do you think?
I don't think so. It's
Fair.
Irish. Yeah. So now, so you can't get any new dogs. Are you like jonesing for a new dog? I mean,
Sometimes I get that
Right.
itch, Brian. I do. I get a little, I'm like, woo. And so I buy them new stuff. I get them some accessories. I get new
Sure.
headgear, sometimes I get them new glasses and
with
collars and stuff.
booties. Wait, glasses? Do your dogs need glasses?
Well, I mean, you could get the eyewear at the store and then
If
they
sell
wear
it-
them.
If they sell it, you're buying it.
I'm buying it. What else am I spending this money on, Brian? I've made $42 million in competitions
Oh
in
my
15
god!
years.
Wait, really? That's
I'm Nintendo rich.
that is so much money.
It's so much money. I mean, I don't make anything a year because my Nintendogs instructional classes are no longer filling up over at the Y, but
Right. Okay, so everything just made sense to me now that you make that much money. That's why you put so much time into this.
right.
That makes sense.
I mean, I don't eat much myself because I don't have human money, but
Okay.
I could get them anything. It's why I'm such good friends with Diane, really.
Get yourself something nice. Maybe, I don't know.
Like a red flying disc, you mean?
If it makes
They
you
do have
happy.
some wind up toys. They have like a frog one and a bird.
I'm in a similar
Oh,
situation.
you can get a wind up Mario Kart toy, Brian.
Hey, there you
That's
go.
another game. I bet you've played that because you talk about games all the
Little
time.
product placement right in a game.
Right?
Look at that.
Gaming.
Seriously, it's crazy.
I should put that on a mug.
Yeah. I'm in a similar situation with Animal Crossing. You probably heard of Animal Crossing.
I heard that if it wasn't for Nintendogs, there'd be no Animal Crossing.
Maybe.
But carry on with yours.
I made so much money selling turnips one week, like $10 million, and that was a month ago, and I still have like 4 or 5 million left. So it's
I didn't realize you could make so much money in turnips. But should I give this? I don't know if I have time to give another. It
takes up a lot of your fucking time.
I'd have to get a new DS.
You need a Switch. You can get a 3DS actually. They may have Animal Crossing for that. Came out a while ago, but there's a new one.
Well, I mean, it's not like I can play. Well, I mean, what am I going to do? Play? What will happen to the dogs?
That's a good. We'll have to find out. I don't know.
I don't know that I'm willing to take that risk, Brian.
I don't think you should. You've done good.
Listen, if there's one thing people say about Pat, it's that Pat is where it's at.
Put that on a mug.
For dogs.
Yes. If for some reason one of your chargers happened to go missing one day, you got to start over. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but you might have to start over and maybe turn over a new leaf and I don't know. Try
I'm a
something.
big fan of leaves, Brian. There's all the raking and then the blowing.
Dogs like running through leaves, don't they?
There's none in the game, so I have no idea.
Oh.
But I could
eat shit means go play in the leaves.
Oh my God! Well,
all my commands would be eat shit. I think.
I was gonna say, Brian, I feel like your dogs would be very confused.
I would just say it in a different tone.
Even the smarter ones, like the boxers. I mean, I think the boxer's a smart dog, and even that dog would be like, "Why I can't sit or jump and stay and break dance if you keep just saying eat shit."
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Very confusing.
We gotta go soon, Pat. Any last tips or anything you want to tell us about dogs to our?
Well, I think if people want to get started with Nintendogs, they should. The first thing they got to remember is that you got to go to a breeder.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of talk in the real world about not going to breeders. Breeders are bad and you got to go to rescues. But I'm sorry, you have to shake that off.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. If you're going to play the game, because there's no rescue, you don't knock on the door of a rescue.
No.
In Nintendogs. What would that even look like? Right. You go and there's the breeds you want. So I know people say that's bad. And maybe because, dogs are deformed and they never touch grass or whatever, but my dogs don't touch grass either. So it's fine.
Yeah,
that's the first thing. And then, and I would say, make sure that you enter with an open mind because, it's not just all about the dogs, Brian. You got to choose where you're going to live.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you could buy new furniture with your millions.
Right.
You get a seaside place or outer space. I mean, you could live in different places is what I'm saying. So it's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Than where I come from.
Shining, shimmering, splendid.
Different song. Sure. I was going with different world.
Oh.
So I screwed it up. The point is Rigatoni and Fusilli don't care what I sing. As long as I'm singing.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
Put that on a mug. As long as I'm singing.
Hey, maybe I'll get a line of mugs.
There you go.
That's how I can make real world money.
You can set up an online store.
I can afford a new DS, Brian. Maybe I could give that dogs plus cats thing another try.
Look at that. Look at this. We helped each other out.
Oh, new world.
For you and me.
Oh my God.
Look at that. That's the right song.
That's so good.
It's like, you want to play a quick game with us? With me?
Okay.
Let's play a game of Wed, Bed, Dead, Pat.
I don't know this game, but it sounds very exciting. I've not done a lot of betting lately, and
hey,
I mean, my ex could be dead. Is that how you play?
Sort of. So
okay,
I'm going to give you 3 video game characters. I'll show you them on the screen.
Oh, exciting!
And you can tell me who you want to wed, who you want to bed, and who you want dead.
This
All right.
seems naughty. I'm excited.
Yeah. So first one is a very popular character from Final Fantasy VII. Her name is Aerith Gainsborough. I'm going to put her right here if you can see that.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, it's a little small, but you can see. So she's like, she's magical. All right.
All right.
She stays in the back when she fights and throws magic at people. As far as like the enemies,
Mhm. Does she like dogs?
She probably does because
Okay.
she likes the earth and the.
She's got nice puppies.
Yes.
That's sturdy there, Brian.
That's why she's very upbeat and joyful. She's very fun.
Nice.
So
she
she's a
sounds lovely.
Yeah, she's pretty great actually. I kind of like her.
What's she called again?
Aerith.
Aerith. And what breed is she?
Oh, I don't know. She's hold on if I can find it here. She's the last of the Cetra, an ancient race with powerful magical abilities.
All right. Never seen that at the kennel. Very excited.
No, yeah, so there you go. So Aerith. This next one, Rikuo. Sorry, Rikuo from Darkstalkers. He's a fighter. He is like a merman.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I mean, like he doesn't have a tail like a fish, but he does seem gilly. He's gilly.
He's actually a Brazilian merman, if that helps.
Well, I think that says a lot about what's between those legs, Brian. This game's making me downright saucy.
So there you go. So he's
okay, all right.
His underwater village was destroyed. He got very mad.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah, so I think he's a good guy. I don't even know.
All right.
He's about 6 feet tall. He's
born tall.
He's born in 1953, if that helps.
All right.
Yeah, so merman. And then this next one is from the Mortal Kombat series, Cyrax, who's a yellow ninja robot. He's got long dreadlocks, which is fun. He's got bombs that come out of his chest. He can throw a big net and catch you. Might be good for your dogs.
All right, yeah. If they ever did run away, feels he'd be useful,
right? But he's very good at kung fu and karate and all those fighting techniques. He's a robot. He can learn stuff, and
All right,
very good. So, what are your choices here? Aerith, Rikuo, or Cyrax? Wed, bed, dead.
All right. Well, I've put a lot of thought into this, Brian, in the last split second, and I'm gonna go with that robot fellow.
Yeah, Cyrax.
I'd like him dead because the dogs are a little afraid of the wind up toys. And they're cute, so I feel like a robot. They'd be like, "How are you even winding it up?" So
that's a very good point.
I don't know that
our cat hates the Roomba, so I know what you mean.
Oh my God, yeah, no. Sometimes I put the DS on a Roomba and let it walk one of them. Anyway, so that guy can die.
Yeah, okay,
yeah, that's all right.
That's a really good reason. It's a good reason.
Yeah, thanks. And then I feel like I would bed the lady. She does have nice puppies and maybe with a little bit of milk. That'd be nice. And then and I'd go ahead and wed the merman, and I'll tell you why. My favorite place to live in the game is the seaside town.
Hey.
So I feel like he would feel at home there because of all the water. Which is nice, and he wouldn't get upset when the dogs peed on walks again because of the water thing.
Right. Yeah.
And I have enough money to get him his own tank. So
I don't know. I don't know if the DSs will go underwater though. They might break. This
is something I'm definitely going to have to Google.
Yeah, they're not waterproof, I'm guessing. So.
All right. Well, I guess he goes for a swim without the dogs. That's fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
I mean, maybe Ava Braun would swim with him. She's a shepherd. They like water.
There you go. Is it like something like vampires where like if a merman bites you, do you get gills and become able to swim underwater?
I mean, I don't know how I would look with gills, but they might cover my tattoos. I do have a couple tats right on my neck, so that would look weird. It would maybe morph my tats a little bit.
There you go.
But I mean, who knows? That's so much more space. I could maybe get if I get this stylus tattoo thing up and running, I could get all 32 dogs' names perhaps tattooed on my new gills.
Now we're thinking.
And then I would be individually gilly. I believe is the
individually gilly.
The word
mug. Okay. Those are really well thought out answers, actually.
I got a lot of time on my hands.
Yes. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wed Cyrax, the robot.
All right. Is it because of the nets? You have a thing for nets?
I don't have a thing for nets. I just think having a super futuristic, high-tech robot ninja around all the time.
I guess that would be handy.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't turn on me.
Sure.
I think it's a win-win. You know what I mean? Like, I think
he could go over and do some damage to Betty's house. Probably no one would even know because of the ninja part.
Shit. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So sorry, your answers are all.
I put the dogs first, Brian.
I know. And that was a really good reasoning why they're scared of wind-up toys. He's gonna terrify them. Yeah, they'll never come out from the closet. So I'm gonna wed him, have him around, teach me some moves. You know.
Nice.
I mean, I think the easy. Yeah. I mean, hey, one night it might be fun to bet a merman. I'm not a big beach guy, though. I actually don't like the beach.
You get the sand in all the cracks. No one likes that.
I mean, I like pools, but I burn very easily. You know, you can't see. My head is very red right now just because of yesterday.
Oh, dear.
You know what I mean?
You're a pale man. You're
very pale and Irish.
Irish, like the Burmese mountain dog is Irish.
Sure. So I will bet Aerith here. I love magic. I'm hoping if it goes really well, maybe some of her magic will I'll absorb some of it somehow.
Oh, that's nice. So you need to dry kibble in the milk, I believe. To
oh, that's good. She's cool with that. Yeah. And I'll dead Rikuo here. I mean, I guess just keep him out of water for a couple minutes and he may just...
Probably wouldn't take long. You just dry up.
Yeah, he might just dry up there. He's only 137 pounds, it says. 6 foot, 130. Pretty thin.
Oh, well, that is a very skinny fella. I was unaware of his dimensions.
It's like Jack the Pumpkin King over here. It's very thin. So,
My God. Well, luckily I am not of the same dimension, so we would be all right, I think. Two skinny people, you're just starting fires.
There you go. So those are my choices there. But
I liked your choices.
I think you win. I think you won.
I mean, Brian, if I was to give you any advice that was not yet on a mug, it would be put your dogs first.
That's true. Yeah.
Because your dogs are barking.
Either way, we're both.
That's for the larger mugs. Sometimes people have coffee in the bigger mugs. I could have a longer saying.
Like, this is my coffee mug, and it's like 4 gallons. Like
right. And then I could have like a whole list of tips for life.
This is so great. Patty Cakes. Can I call you Patty Cakes now?
I think you can now. This is nice. This has been I feel good about this.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I mean, this has been amazing. I never talked to someone like you before. So
I was so excited to be here, and I'm gonna have to pay the dog watcher in favors, but because I don't have real money. But
what kind of favors?
I'm not sure yet. Because she seems to also just really like dogs. So maybe I could give her one of my Nintendogs and then... No, I could never.
No.
I could never. I'm just going to have to fuck her.
I think that's great. Why not? It's 2020. Let's do it. Have some fun.
As long as the Shiba Tofu's not watching. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. What's that one's name?
Tofu.
I got you. The breed isn't Shiba Tofu.
That's just silly, Brian.
Hey, there's more dogs every day, it seems like. Different ones.
Oh, my God.
Patty, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody else, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next week. Bye! Today's playable character was played by Jenn Wehrung. Check out her podcast, Taking You Back. You can find it anywhere, or takingyouback.com. And check out her Zoom shows, comedy on Zoom. It's called Laugh It Up, the first Thursday of the month.